Okay, welcome to the channel, viewers. Dr. JWA, theologist. We're into the Jehovah's Witness Deception series, episode 50. I think I'll wrap it up here on this one. The fear structure, when anxiety becomes spiritual governance. And rain taps softly against the car. And just outside the Kingdom Hall. Nobody gets out immediately. A brother sits behind the steering wheel, staring through the windscreen while the meeting begins inside without him. His tie's already straight, his Bible already prepared. Still, his chest feels tight, not because he no longer believes everything, because lately being present has started feeling heavier than staying away. In episode 49, shame quietly turned inward until guilt itself became behavioural control. And in this episode, the pressure settles deeper again. Fear begins governing ordinary spiritual life. Not dramatic fear, just constant fear. Spiritual fear. The kind that slowly trains the nervous system to remain alert even during ordinary routine. A sister rereads text messages from someone not appropriate before replying, worried her wording might sound spiritually weak. An elder pauses before answering simple questions because every conversation now feels loaded with a possible consequence, and someone sits through Watchtower study while privately managing compulsive fantasy about some of the girls in the study, hidden pornography use or online secrecy beneath carefully maintained Watchtower spirituality. Nothing outwardly collapses, and that's why the anxiety survives so effectively. Inside these Watchtower performance-governed religious systems, these kingdom halls, fear rarely operates through open threats alone. Usually it spreads through uncertainty, religious uncertainty. Who noticed? Who reported? Who might ask questions later? And the atmosphere keeps reinforcing the pressure quietly on the Jehovah's Witness. A missed meeting begins carrying emotional weight. Reduced ministry hours start feeling dangerous internally. And Jehovah's Witnesses begin measuring safety through visibility, routine, and organizational predictability, because uncertainty itself now feels spiritually unsafe. Over time, the body begins carrying the Watchtower governance structure automatically. Sleep becomes shallow. Jaw tension remains constant. Certain names trigger anxiety before conversations even begin. Brother deletes browser history before prayer, then overcompensates publicity during comments later that week. Someone else keeps smiling through meetings while privately fearing exposure more than the hidden behaviour itself. And the congregation still appears orderly, and that's what makes fear difficult to identify from the outside. Watchtower Bible and Tract Society culture repeatedly reinforces vigilance and caution and loyalty, regular attendance, approved association, and spiritual alertness as safeguards protecting Jehovah's Witnesses from weakness, apparently. danger and separation from Jehovah's organization. But the scriptural witness enters the atmosphere carefully. 1 John 4:18 says, "Fear not." And fear not is associated with love. It's not perfected in love. Romans 8:15 warns against returning to bondage through fear. And Psalm 34:4 describes deliverance from consuming fear itself. The pressure rarely announces itself publicly in the world of Jehovah's Witnesses. Usually it appears through hypervigilance, private panic, private lust, and carefully controlled behaviour hiding beneath rehearsed spirituality. And eventually the Jehovah's Witness begins wondering whether peace has quietly been replaced by Watchtower and personal management. Nevertheless, the rain finally slows outside. Car doors close across the parking lot. The meeting continues inside under warm lighting, and somewhere alone in the dark, someone takes a long breath before walking through the Kingdom Hall doors, pretending everything still feels normal. I'm Dr. J.W. Ayub. I hope you enjoyed this 50-part series on the Jehovah's Witnesses, the Jehovah Witness Deception series. I'll see you in the next construction. Till then, bye for now.